All right, welcome back to Things They Never Taught Us. I'm your man, Craig Mack, and we're with Dan Davis as well. That's my partner in crime.
You know,
And we were just wrapping up. All right, you've got the interview. Let's say you got the job. Now
okay.
what? Now what?
Okay,
Okay.
I am now working for Encore Properties, and I'm working as an entry level manager. I'm handling the night shift. I've got 5 employees. It's not what I hope it was. I'm in Dallas, and price cost of living is what it is. I'm making about $75,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me, that's a lot, but if I'm looking at it, I've got to move to Dallas. I got to get an apartment. Um, I mean, what do I do? Like, I think I can go out and go buy, a nice Mercedes and give me a penthouse apartment, but that doesn't sound like I'm gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, how
So
you
how
gonna
do
eat?
I evaluate that?
How you gonna eat when you have to do that?
Ooh, so there's a laundry list of things that I need to be thinking about, right? I'm
Right.
fresh out to college. Here I go. So what is something that I need to know that they've never taught us about how to move to a city? I've landed a job.
Hmm.
Now I've got to start the living process.
Okay. If
What
you
what are the top 4 things that I need to know?
okay. What I would suggest if you're moving to a brand new city, one of the first thing my uncle gave me this advice, and I've always done it whenever I move or relocated. Get to a bank. Find out where you can put your money. Okay. What's the
Okay.
bank that you can go to and get an established banking relationship? Now, what I've also been taught is don't just have one banking relationship. If something goes wrong with that bank or something goes sideways, you got another bank that you can go to in case your account has to be closed out for whatever reason. For whatever.
So if let's say I'm doing direct deposit,
Mhm.
am I going to direct 100% into that direct deposit into that bank?
I would try to break
Or
it
am I
up if
going
I
to split
could.
it up 50-50
I would
into
I
two
would try to
banks?
break it up if I could because here's the thing, because we're going to go into eventually we're going to work our way into setting up a money management system
Bing, 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 bing,
as it
bing.
is in this book. If I can get it to focus for me, it's not there. It is.
There you go.
Get it to focus for me. We're going to set up a money management system. So I would set up a checking account at one bank, and I'd set up a savings account at another, if possible. And then I would split my direct deposit. Okay.
Okay.
Break off 50 to $100 to go into your savings account, and then break off the rest to go into your checking account. Or, or you
Uh-huh.
can break up your direct deposit and have some go into your checking account, and then
Uh-huh.
have a small amount go into your brokerage account. Okay.
Okay. So checking account, savings account,
Yep. Your
brokerage
brokerage
account.
account. Right. This is going to
Okay.
be the beginning of you setting up a money management system for yourself. The earlier you can start on this, the better. You're going to pay yourself first. That small amount that you're sending into that brokerage account or savings account, that is your money that you are not going to touch. You're going to let it accumulate.
That is the pay yourself money.
That's the pay yourself first money. Pay
Okay,
yourself first. Okay.
Mr.
Then pay
Craig,
your bills. All right.
let,
Because
let me ask you this. If I
mhm,
look at it as a percentage,
mhm.
um, is this a workable percentage that I put 75% of my direct deposit into my checking account?
Mhm.
I'm going to put 10% into my savings account,
Okay.
and I'm going to put 15% into my brokerage account.
You can do
Does that
that.
seem like an equitable kind of
You may have
way to
to
go
tinker
about that?
around with your percentages for what's comfortable for you based
Hmm.
on what the bill, your monthly bills are. Okay.
Hmm.
But also we talked about in previous segments, hey, if you got some subscription gym memberships and all that you are not using, cancel them things. Don't be lazy. Cancel that stuff out. Okay. Cancel it
But
out.
but if in a perfect world, would that percentage work out?
Yes.
Because I think about there's a lot of percentages that are thrown out there. There's
Mhm.
the 60-40 rule, it
Right,
becomes a 60-20-20 and all this other kind of stuff. But I
right,
want to give our listeners, especially our young listeners, here's a workable percentage
right.
that works out.
That works
So,
out. And
okay,
and
so
I'm pretty sure you can adjust those percentages. Your employer allows you to be able to adjust those percentages.
mhm.
So for what's comfortable for you that you can do that's sustainable, that you can do it and it's not painful for you at all. You don't even see the money, right? You only see what's going into your checking account.
That was
That's it.
my question because
Yep.
I can do I want my job being able to know that I split up my direct deposit into all these different accounts. Should I be more responsible for doing that myself? It's just saying deposit my money into Bank of America or Chase. I will go ahead and manually put the percentages into the savings account and to the my brokerage
Right.
account
Well,
personally.
there's a couple of ways you can work it. Because usually with direct deposit, they allow you to do it between two accounts. Okay.
Okay.
But what you can do is then open up your brokerage account and have it take from one of those accounts. After you know that the money's been deposited in there, you can do it automatically. Say, for instance, you're paid on the 15th. Well, you
Hmm.
can set your brokerage account to take that 15% or 10%, whichever percentage it was, on the 20th or the 16th after you've
Okay.
already put that money in there. So you can set it up that way. But if at all possible, you want it to be automated because if you try to do it manually, you're going to fail. You're going to come up with some excuse of why I couldn't put that money in there this week or this paycheck instead of just
Mm.
letting it be automatic and go in and you deal with the rest of what's left over.
So if I'm hearing you clearly, do not put that in personally for yourself when you talk about pay yourself. Make that something that like your Netflix comes out
Mhm.
automatically.
Right.
Your DirecTV comes out automatically.
Correct.
You got some of your bills that come out, gas, lights, whatever, even your mortgage comes out
Hmm.
automatically.
Right.
Then it's important for that paying yourself, which is AKA the brokerage account, it
Correct.
comes out automatically
Comes out
because we
automatically.
do make excuses, and if we don't see it, then it's out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
All we know is that it's been gone.
Right. Because we've all been trained to pay your bills first. And you
Right.
put yourself last. You deal with what's ever left over. But what happens a lot of times is something comes up during the month that out of the blue, you had to spend some money on, or you overspent on something, or you decide to
Hmm.
splurge one day or something, and you wind up having more month than money at the end of
Mm.
the month. So
Wow.
if you change the priority and put yourself first and then deal with the rest, you'll come out a lot better. You'll be a lot more comfortable with managing your money and you'll pay more attention to what you're spending your money on. And
I
that's the
like the
key.
fact that you say automated.
Yep.
And even as a grown adult, it makes that much more sense to have these kinds of things of paying yourself, which is in that book, Get Good at Money, Craig McKenna's.
Yep.
You can get it on Amazon or you can get it at Barnes and Nobles
Barnes
and
and
you can get
Noble.
it on all the but I love that because the things that you said that you may want to get rid of that you have it going on automatically, the stuff that you keep paying for subscriptions that you don't even go to the gym anymore.
Right.
You doing your workouts at home, but yet that gym membership is keep constantly getting paid.
Yep.
I was on, here comes the personal one. I was getting ready to get some Savage Fenty cotton underwear online because they were giving the membership price.
Right.
And it was like $5 for like this $30 underwear. And I was like, oh man, I'm about to go ahead and hook that up because that's what's that? Rihanna's company, right? Through
Okay.
Fabletics. As I'm reading the fine print, yeah, you're going to get all that at a discounted price. But what they did say was, in order for you to be a member, that you are agreeing to the terms of paying them $69 a month
Mm-hmm.
just to be a part of this membership
Yep.
program to get these big discounts. And as I was about to hit click on my PayPal that was going to go directly into my account, some said, wait a minute, Dan, think about that for a second. Are you really going to be ordering underwear every month?
Right.
Because more than likely, once you got it, you're gonna take care of it. It ain't like it may be next year or maybe 6 months from now. However you want to change your draws, young folks. But whatever the case may be is I stopped myself from saying, "Oh, it's only $69 a month." it's almost as if saying I could invest into paying myself the $69 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put that in real numbers. What if it's $50 a month and it's for 12 months?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even thinking about that.
That's $600.
It's $600, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and that may seem kind of small to somebody in a sense, but if I'm consistently put into a brokerage account $50 a month, I've got the potential at the end of the year to not see $600. It could have ended up being $6,000.
Yeah,
Don't know. It's all about how you invest it. There's a disclaimer and everything like that.
right.
But here's the thing. I was paying myself instead of paying Savage Fenty and getting and having Rihanna get paid so she can
Yeah,
all that kind of foolishness.
yeah.
That's why you're saying look at your account of all the things that come out automatically and look at it and simply say, do I really need that?
Yeah, you got hidden income in there. Okay. You
That
got
could be paying myself.
you could be paying yourself with, and as we've talked about, you're getting 0.02% return on your savings account by having now. This is something that I discussed before in the previous call. Your brokerage account pays you interest too, pays you about the same interest that the bank do, but there's no minimum balance, and it gives you the flexibility and opportunity to invest in the stock market where you can participate in compounding interest. Okay. Your money is
Hmm.
making money every single day, not once a quarter where you get your little 20 cents on your interest in your savings account. No, you can get it every day. It's making money.
So let me ask you this.
Mm,
Let's use that example. I am the young person who set up my account. I'm doing 75. And actually, I'm going to do this because you told me about this 0.2% that the savings account was. I'm not going to give them 10%.
mhm,
I'm going to give them 5%.
mhm,
And I'm going to put 20% into my brokerage account.
mhm,
If I consistently put just simply $50 into this brokerage account, it's not a
mhm,
lot. It's not moving and shaking the world, but it's $50.
mhm.
And if I leave it alone,
Yeah.
are you telling me that if I just simply doing that over the course of, let's just say 5 years, 10
Okay.
years, 20 years, and never
Yes,
touch it,
sir.
is there a potential for me to have greater than $100,000, $200,000?
Potential is there. How likely it is, I don't know. And let me just put this caveat in. I am not a financial advisor. This information is for educational purposes only.
Good. Hey, I'm glad we said that.
So I
But
highly, you know,
because
please
the market goes up and
consider.
down, anything could possibly happen, but there is the potential for it to happen. If at the
Absolutely.
anything, if I just simply said $600 a year, just at the bare minimum.
I'll give you an example, Dan. I've invested in a company called Taiwan Semi, okay, because I did research on them 3 years ago that I knew AI was coming and semiconductors were going to be the next hot thing out here. Okay.
Mhm.
I bought 10 shares at $150 per share. Okay. I bought 10 shares, $1,500. Okay.
And it was in your brokerage account.
It's in my brokerage account. Today, those shares are worth over $400 a piece in 3 years. So I have over a 200% return on my money over these past 3 years. Just that one stock.
And you didn't touch it.
I didn't touch it. I left those
You
10
just let it
shares,
ride.
just let it ride. I let it roll through all the ups and downs of that company. And it's a stair step. It's a stair step. It goes up.
It's gradually going up.
Like an etch a sketch. I know some of y'all ain't old enough to know what that is, but
You said etch a sketch. Where's the magic 8 ball?
but
Can I get a slinky? Oh my God.
so there's different ways you can go about it. I could have kept buying shares of it no matter what the price is and kept accumulating, but I decided I wanted to diversify. So I usually put mine at 10, but I let those 10 shares sit for these past 3 years. And now each share is worth 100 for over $400. Now, there's another company that I bought into called GE Vernova, a power company. Okay. And I first got into that one for about, it was about 175, somewhere in that area. Okay. And I wound up getting 20 shares eventually. I just kept buying shares of it. And I had 20 shares of it. Then as it grew, I took my initial deposit out.
Mhm.
And but the value of it, I was still able to hold on to 5 shares of it. Okay. All right.
Wait, wait, wait. Don't tell them the good part. Because we'll be right back here on 5AC 24/7. Things they never taught us. Y'all like, that ain't right, Dan. That ain't right. Nope. You got to come back. You got to come
Right.
back. Because then you're going to be like, well, what did Craig do with his shit? Craig, you want to tell us? Craig, you got to tell us. We'll be right back here on Vibe AZ 24/7. This is Craig, your man Dan. Things they never taught us. We'll be right back.
All right.